Well, we put a little bit of color at the top of our GreenStalk, did we not? And of course, my carrots hopefully are going to bloom out and look fabulous soon. Then they will have beautiful flowers at the top. You know how Grandma is. She's always thinking of something different and looking at what I want to see in my GreenStalk. Well, we'll do a full review of the GreenStalk next week. I will have some seeds thrown in here and deadhead some plants and see if we can't have fabulous. And then here is a little bit of a show at the bottom I wanted to share with you. Isn't it look beautiful? This is in my GreenStalk. All these pretty little flowers at the bottom, but there's still vegetables in here too. And the seeds have fallen from the plants that had been in here in the fall. And my friend was so surprised to see so many Johnny jump-ups all over coming in between the pavers. And that is a great show too. And of course, I didn't plant them either. The fairies have been very busy planting beautiful little flowers all about the garden. But look how pretty that looks. I need to get in here and clean out the bamboo though. But there's plenty of flowers coming up between these pavers. And it is going to look beautiful pretty soon. That's why I love planting with seeds. A little tiny seed opens up and something beautiful comes up. And look at all the beautiful plants and flowers I have all about. Maybe I should buy a few seed packets of just these sweet alyssas. Aren't they beautiful? And they smell so good. And they come in purple and white. And then my Johnny jump-ups. They are so pretty coming up in between these pavers. They aren't going to last long because we're in the 90 degrees right now. And these plants don't like it when it's too hot. So, believe it or not, those plants were in this GreenStalk and the seeds had to fallen off of them and now they're in the pavers. And that's fine with me. I don't care. I'd rather see the flowers than the weeds. Well, we got the salvia in the garden. Got this container cleaned out and got the salvia in here. I'm going to see, it isn't much land to put it in, but I'm going to see if we can plant a little fairy garden in that little tiny bit of land. We'll see what we can get done and accomplished. But I thought it looked so pretty in the garden. What do you think? With all the green all around it, it really pops in this corner. That's why I wanted to put it here. I wanted something beautiful to share. And this is another one of my goldenberry plants. I wasn't quite sure what it was going to be, but now we can see it is. And here it is, you can tell. There's one of the goldenberries. So, I thought maybe it was going to be an eggplant because eggplants used to be in this area. But now I'm going to have to go buy an eggplant because I'm not going to be having a lot of eggplants around because we don't need a lot of eggplant. I'm the only one that eats it. So one plant should be enough for us. Well, let's just keep looking around and see what else we can find. And as you can see, I have a little space on the other side of this salvia plant too. The two salvias are in the center of this pot where it's the whitest because I put both my plants in here. So I might make a little fairy garden on each side and we'll share that. You know, Grandma hasn't put a fairy garden up in a few days, so we need to start doubling up and making a couple fairy gardens a day to make sure we make our 30 for this month. Well, I came in here and trimmed back my rose plant. It was all had to be deadheaded. So there isn't too many roses right this minute, so we'll have to wait and see if they come back. But it was a wonderful show, wasn't it? But we still do have a few coming up. We'll see what happens. I'll be giving more updates as time goes on. There's always something to share. And the great thing about Swiss chard, even though this probably shouldn't be in the flower part, it's just that I happen to be over here at the time. It is so colorful and beautiful. I love the purple veining on this plant. And they reseed themselves every year. I haven't planted one of these plants probably in 5, 6, 7 years. They just keep coming back. I like to reseed my garden as much as possible. So I'm pretty happy with what it's looking like. What do you think? And look how it looks pretty with all the succulents all about. Doesn't it look beautiful? Oh, and look. Here I have another plant that next week we may be able to see a lot of flowers. Look at all the little flower heads coming up. I can't wait to see this show. And that's the best thing about a garden. Every time I come through here, this here was putting a great show for at least a month to 6 weeks. Now, I cleaned off all the, well, I see I have a couple more dead heads to go, but there's nothing left now but just green. But now in the same area, look how it's going to explode with color when these open up. That's what you love about a garden. There's always something coming and going. And of course, these have been beautiful for the last month also. And this is from a succulent, but look at how beautiful they cascade down. Oh yeah, I love my fairy garden and my flower garden. And there's lots around here to be proud of. I need to bring a bowl out here. As you can see, I'm getting blackberries ready to pick. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. So I have blackberries here to pick. I have some that haven't ripened yet. But I want to share with you how many blackberries I have coming up. Oh my. Do you see how many I have? It's going to be fun trying to get in here and picking them, it looks like. These are not easy to get in these areas because blackberries are full of little thorny things. And when I bought them, they said they were thornless. They lied. There's plenty of things to get myself stuck on. But look at all the blackberries I'm going to have. Oh, I cannot wait. And as you can see, more beautiful flower heads opening up. It will be great in here in just a short amount of time. And there's lots of different shades of green in here also, with different plants. And you can see my sunflowers are doing great. And these sunflowers that you see, I didn't plant them. These are things that were in this area last year, and they took care of themselves, did it all by their little lonesome. Well, maybe the fairies might have helped a little too. I don't know. But look at all the beautiful, beautiful sunflowers I have to enjoy. And you can hear the birds with excitement. Now, as you can see, I have some sunflowers that are starting to droop, but it was glorious for at least a month or two. But there's still some new ones coming out, and the birds are enjoying it so much. But I've planted more sunflower seeds this year, so we'll have more coming up. You know, Grandma always likes to have a lot of variety in her garden. And as you see, we have plenty more flowers to keep looking at as we walk down this flower bed. There's always something to share. Something is just about to open up as something else is ready to go down. Need to get out here and do some deadheading too. But there's always something in the garden. There's always a new lily opening up for us. This will be all the way open in another hour or two. Isn't it beautiful? Here's another one ready to open up and give us a wonderful show. And these wonderful flowers came from that Dollar Tree seed boxes that you can buy. Oh yeah, I always am amazed at what I'll have. and what it will share with us. Aren't they beautiful? And I have some more buds coming up that will be opening soon. Some more beautiful daylilies ready to open up today. We should have a beautiful show out here in another couple of hours. But like I said, I can't take pictures if it's bright. They don't turn out well. And this beautiful succulent, look, it looks like a bunch of beautiful rosettes. Now this is in a container and it's not new. It's not a new plant. It would probably be worth a lot of money, as big as it is. But isn't it beautiful? Something like this looks great in a container because it keeps it from spreading out, and it just looks so compact and beautiful. And as you can see, more flowers coming up in the back. And as you see, I have a very large selection of plants and flowers, all different shapes and colors in here. And when they all start blooming out, it's going to be wonderful. And lots of beautiful daylilies and beautiful flowers we're going to have. And look, you can see more beautiful things over there too. A little bit of flowers peeking out. Aren't they wonderful?